First, what I wanted to talk about, dude, which I was completely blown away by, was the fucking Willhaven doc, dude.
Oh, bro.
That fucking made my whole week.
It was awesome, dude. It was really good.
I can't believe it's fucking 25 years of Willhaven. So if you don't know who Willhaven is, it's one of the bands that's probably both on our top at least 5 to 10, right? For sure.
Top
I mean,
five,
at least especially for like heavy shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's probably number 1 for heavy shit for me.
Definitely, yeah. And they just dropped it was about a 30-minute documentary, and it just kind of covered the 25 years of their life with like interviews and, you know, live performance. But the way it was shot and edited, it was so fucking
creepy.
Not necessarily, creepy, but just artsy and just unique. And like, it wasn't your typical like glossy Netflix documentary. Everything's over polished. You actually described it perfectly. What was that style that you said?
There's this term, and I'm going to look up the exact definition of it. It's called liminal spaces or liminal space. Let me see here. And this is what is meant by liminal space?
Yeah, so like a lot of it just seems kind of like out of focus. Just a lot of it's very eerie.
They show these like weird things like down a hallway, and it's like
it's like a lot of B-roll footage.
B-roll
you know
footage,
what I mean?
yeah.
But sewn together fucking just beautifully. I mean, I was literally like, holy shit.
So to be in a liminal space means to be on the precipice of something new but not quite there yet. So like you're kind of like stuck in time, you know what I mean? Like whereas like that's
exactly what it did.
Yeah. And it just makes you like, when they show
it brought you back.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like what you said actually to me. Every song that they played, it just like
I wanted to hear it. I wanted to continue to hear that song. And then they would do these weird things where they would play a song, and right before the breakdown is about to hit, they would reverse the song, and they would do this weird reverse. Yeah, and you're waiting for the breakdown, and it just reverses all of a sudden. Yeah. And it takes you out of, gives you this weird feeling like,
makes you want to fucking go on Spotify and listen to them all day after. Exactly what I did.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
it was awesome, dude.
So it's pretty much free on YouTube. So whether you're a Willhaven fan or not, I like band documentaries no matter what, even if it's a band I don't like. So for it to be one of my favorite bands, I don't know, maybe I'm biased about it, but like I was fucking,
it was awesome,
stoked about it, dude.
The other crazy thing that I love about Willhaven is like they openly talk about like, hey, we have regular jobs, and
that's what
in order to do this, we have to take a vacation, and you know, and all this, and we don't think about that.
And they're like touring for 23 hours, and it just fucking sucks. Yeah. But it's all for that 1 hour when they get to play live, and it's all worth it and shit. You know, like, that was like a really good insight.
I loved watching the old footage too of them playing shows and stuff. They would show old footage when they were talking about the band and, you know, different members and stuff like that. That was really cool to see a lot of that old footage.
Fuck yeah. I fucking went on YouTube after and started looking up old live performances, dude.
Yeah. You had went to a show and they threw out CDs, right? And you had got that first 4-song EP.
Yeah, I thought they had a poster for it here, but yeah, so it was a Snot show at Boston's, and that was that show that Deftones played secretly. Funk Junkies played secretly, and then Soulfly played their very first show.
Was Far there? No, Far wasn't.
No,
there.
Yeah, so it was Far and Willhaven.
Yeah,
and me and Mike went, and we actually knew that the Deftones were going to play secretly because Kira Cavalier was our manager and told us straight up, and that Soulfly was going to play. This was before they were even called Soulfly. They didn't even have a fucking name yet.
Yeah.
So we went there all pumped, and I'll never forget sitting in Boston's, like in the bar, but on the outside, Far playing, and us being like, oh, fuck, these guys are pretty badass, but we had missed Willhaven. And then that was probably one of the baddest shows of my life. Like I could go into so many stories about like meeting Chi Chang and fucking like I was like probably 15 or 16, so I was like, these are like gods in me. So just to meet them and get autographs with them and shit was blown away. But anyway, after the concert we left, there was a Willhaven CD literally just on the ground, dude. And Mike like, oh shit, and fucking picked it up. I think we went in like Nisbet's car or some shit like that red Jeep he would drive around everywhere, and put it in. I'll never forget I hearing I think the first track was track number 2 for some reason to listen to, which was I've Seen My Fate.
Yeah. And
then just that fucking snare, and when it was just like hooked ever since, dude. It's fucking crazy.
They're one of those bands where they have such a unique sound, dude. Like it's so unique.
I love how he talks about that too. Like he's like, I just wanted my guitars to be like evil,
Yeah.
and that's what it sounds like. And he also said, I based my guitar playing off Shawn Lopez, which is the guitar player from Far, and Neurosis.
Yeah.
Do you remember that just evil
Old
as fuck
school,
kind of
yeah.
like synth metal
They
band?
really,
kinda?
and they do that a lot too. They do a lot of those like evil, like what's the word to say it? Like background type shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
And then I love how the other band members are talking about like Jeff Irwin's timing.
yeah,
Because they just have it, just some of their songs just have that just weird, crazy off timing and shit, and
Yeah.
it's just all like comes down to Jeff, and they're like, yeah, it takes a long time to get used to it sometimes, and stuff like that.
Well,
think
I
that's
also
so cool.
I also think Grady's vocals are so there's something about his vocals. Like usually I don't listen to vocals as much on heavy stuff. Like I kind of tune
No, yeah, me
it
too.
out.
Yeah,
But Grady's vocals are awesome. They're like
and his lyrics are like poetry too.
that's the crazy thing when he was talking about how he does his lyrics and everything, and he just it's basically like writing poetry. And that one guy that was like he was telling the story about how he saw him and stuff, and
That was
that was cool.
yeah.
That was awesome, dude. It was really cool. It was for a 30-minute documentary, man. It was it felt like you got so much more out of it than just that.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Shout out to Will Haven. So like, I wrote them into the sound guy script, just kind of praying that they would let us use the song and shit. And it's kind of like part of the plot point in a sense too. And then once I felt confident enough to ask them, I finally did, and they were like completely, totally cool with it and shit. You know what I mean? So
And
I got to thank Will Haven. And then I was so pumped up after that documentary. I actually messaged him. I was like, man, that was bad as fuck. It was shot creative, and I was like, thanks for being the soundtrack to my life for the last 25 years, you know.
Yeah.
And dude, I don't do that to a lot of people. If someone see a celebrity and shit like that,
you kind of don't want to bother.
Yeah, you don't want to bother shit like
Yeah.
that. And I at this point I didn't feel like I was bothering, but there's certain people that I just feel like I have to tell them they're like a bad
fucking A.
motherfucker, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And they like actually meant something, throughout my entire life and stuff, and they did. So it's like and they just messaged back, thanks, we like the way it turned out, blah blah blah. They're like fucking cool as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
So I hope they come to Phoenix.
I was
dude.
about to say I would love to get him on here.
That
man.
would be awesome.